Year 4 of Star Wars Destiny is in full swing, with World's hype dying down, Prime still in full swing, and the hopes of a new set on the horizon.
Because we just like the guy, we wanted to sit down with Monk to talk about his experience at Worlds 2019 and his thoughts on the future of Destiny.
We will cover everything from organized play to covert missions as we look forward to Worlds 2020.
This is episode 147, Pregame to Monk's Gaming Battlefield.
You have been well trained.
No. You don't have to carry a sword to be powerful.
I won't fail you.
Oh,
do not. I'm not afraid.
Please don't try.
Welcome to another week of the Chance Cube, where we are here to talk about Star Wars Destiny and everything else, apparently. We have
Who had the over-under on how quickly Kim would get in trouble?
It's astounding how much on track we were last week versus right now.
And what's the common denominator?
There's definitely a track somewhere.
Yep.
It just goes to show that three guys can't do this show.
Haha, suckers.
Truth.
That is true. So what's going on in the worlds of people? Kim, you're the only person who wrote something down. So
I did. I'm an overachiever. No, well, I haven't got to do much Destiny goodness lately, but Mr. Mike Kildare has been helping me out, getting the crew together and willing to let us start streaming some of their games. So we had a couple we had a practice run that didn't go so hot. Mostly Kim-induced issues, per usual. But we got some really cool new equipment in the last couple of weeks. While Mike was off, having fun at Worlds, some of us had to stay here and do some work. So I had to get some new equipment. I got the coolest flipping tripod. I cannot wait. It'll go 10 feet tall.
Cool.
I don't know what'll happen if it does, but it can go that high. So we're going to be, you can catch us tomorrow, hopefully, streaming some games. And then there's these things called Primes this weekend that we're going to hopefully have on the Twitch stream for you.
Yeah.
What are those?
I don't know.
And if I Big Suck and I'm out really quickly, I'm going to try to talk over some of the games.
You should just go stand next to the table and then just talk, because that's where the mic will be.
Right into the mic.
Mike's a pretty tall guy, so...
Yeah, the 10 feet will work fine. I'll just...
Actually, you're my measurement. So, yeah, I know that where the pole has to be in reference to how tall you are, and that's where it's going to go.
All right, that works.
That's what we trial run here at home.
Wait, how tall are you, Mike?
I don't know, 6'6", maybe.
See, this is why we didn't run into each other. You just saw right over my head, man.
Uh-huh.
That's what happened. I looked out over the masses and said, "Where's Monk?" I said, "I don't know."
I appreciate is Michael lean a little bit. He'll lean up kind of on a table when I'm near him so that it doesn't feel. But occasionally he's completely standing straight up. There's a big difference between Mike's height and mine.
I feel like he's going to be one of those, when I meet them, he's going to seem a lot taller than I think he's going to be.
Well, we can get a measuring stick out and put it next to you so you can be prepared if you want.
You need me to.
When
I'll
I'm
take
down.
a picture, with references.
I can stand next to him. I mean, he's a foot and 3 inches taller than me. So.
I need to know what to expect.
Mark on the wall. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that works for me. Now, Jason, who's off task because it's.
Aha!
Speaking of primes, Mike, do you know what you're playing yet?
I'll
play a game.
Never. There's a non-zero chance I just play something meta and don't worry about it this time.
You got a whole year, right?
I haven't all season, and so it would kind of be nice to play something I like. And I've always liked Kylo Ray decks, so that's on my list. But there are other things. I don't know. I know that my buddies are going to be, 2 guys are going to be on maybe Maul, and then someone's going to do droids. So it's not going to be crazy, but there are enough people that come in from around us that I don't know. I don't really know what the meta is going to be. So,
would you say you have your deck choices to 3 or 5? Out of your selection?
That sounds about right for Mike.
So what usually happens? I probably have 2 or 3 decks that I know I could play pretty well, but I am a sucker for the flashy new idea, and if I have it the day before, I'm just gonna do it. I don't really I play a lot of this game. It's fun to me, and of course I want to do well. I never say that I don't, but it's so much fun for me to almost like test it on the fly. It's like, all right, let's do it. No one's seen this, not even me.
I'm gonna be surprised.
It must be good.
So,
and sometimes it is, and like my Wednesday tournaments, that's what happens every week. It's just something kind of like that. Like I played Qui-Gon last week.
Cecil says you're going to play the Anakin that you photocopied.
He's not wrong, man.
Proxy Anakin from Covert Missions.
I can't wait to just lose every game until they print whatever card it is that makes him decent. But yeah, I definitely I'm looking forward to Primes. I think that it'll be fun. Our local store is gonna have some cool prizes. They usually order food for us.
Ooh, I didn't know that was included.
What the?
That's included when you're streaming, right?
I'm
Right,
sure.
of course.
James is pretty nice. I'll sneak a piece.
I don't know, but our Primes will do that in California. I think I'm just gonna fly to you guys and
You
get
should.
some free pizza.
We're pretty close. You can fly right into Dayton. I'll even come get you, Monk.
It's I'll tell you, it is a fun local community. So I don't know who all will like come in, but I really hope that the entire tournament carries that atmosphere, especially because the Primes, at least so far to me, have been a little. I know they're the replacement for regionals, but they felt a little less high stakes than the regionals, and I don't know why. I mean, that might just be me, and other people are stressed out about it, but it's been fun.
Well, and where they're at is fairly centrally located in Ohio, so you're only 3 hours out of Louisville. You're only an hour and a half fish out of Indianapolis.
Yeah,
3 hours down from Cleveland. So it's close enough for a lot of folks to get to if they want to. But
and I did Cleveland. I'm definitely going to do Louisville if Covert Missions is out first.
Yeah,
if it
Louisville's just a fun city to visit anyway. But
yeah, I know. But if it isn't, it's like, am I really going to do that? To play this again? Probably not. I don't know.
I mean, there's something to be said. You could go, if you win out this one, then you can go to other ones and just show up with the crazy deck.
You know, it's funny.
You know what I mean? Like, you've already secured the spot. You can just go out and just, I'm going to bring the most crazy thing I can think of. You can be that guy.
I'm always that guy. This would be a weird one if I played a real deck, actually. But I'm at this point where I don't have any really cool ideas right now. If people want to give me stuff, I'll probably just play whatever you think of. So,
do you think you're just burnt out on meta, or you're just like, I just want to play something wild and crazy right now?
What's funny is I haven't even really played the meta. I've played against it, right? And I've tested it for my I'll call them teammates, I guess, although they'd hate that term. I've played, some of the meta decks for them to practice against, but I personally haven't, other than in those games. So it would be different, I guess.
Buddies.
My dice buddies?
They're your dice buddies.
My super friends?
Yes. We should go with that one.
Do they not want to be called your
super
teammates because they don't want to be associated with you? Is that?
That's what it really is, actually. They
He
know
even
that
brings them cookies each week, or some sort of tasty goodness.
Right.
So-
Well,
Also, my
Is that
wife.
the teacher in you?
the wife makes it, actually.
Yeah.
That's why I said his wife is the real hero of Star Wars Destiny, and she doesn't even know it.
In Springfield, Ohio, yeah.
She is.
That's awesome.
Otherwise, no one would come anymore. They would all just be like, "Where are our treats?" So I do have something, I guess, for this section that I didn't type on the script because my bad.
He didn't do his homework, guys. He's a teacher and he didn't do his homework. Tell the student.
But it was just a question that I asked on the Chance Cube Hangout, which is a Facebook group you're in if you're a Patreon of Chance Cube. But I asked people if they were planning to go to Primes or if they had been to Primes, what kind of advice they would offer to players who maybe hadn't been to as many or who were going to a first one or something like that. And I thought maybe I'd go through some of the answers, just call the people out that commented, because I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
There are a ton of them, so it should be easy. The first one's Ruben Sanchez says personal hygiene is so important, which
Ruben should take that to heart too. I'm just saying.
like don't be stank. We don't need that.
That is sadly true talk, though. Don't get me wrong. I love you guys, but please, God.
And
hey man, our local store keeps supplies in the bathroom if you need them.
Nice.
Yeah, we actually have a really good community that way. Seth Taylor says attend, even if you don't think, or even if you think you don't have a good enough deck, or even if you don't think you're good enough. I've been kind of on that train for weeks. Just go and have a fun experience. So I agree, Seth. I think it's a good advice to attend a Prime is to just attend the Prime. Bill Jolly says call the shop or location ahead of time. Let them know you're coming and about how many people typically attend, how many you'll be bringing. See if you can get in contact with the local group. Let them know you're excited about coming. Show support. A lot of play groups have seen a slight decrease in attendance, so knowing new people are coming might be encouraging to them. I've never done that. That's not a bad idea.
Have we put it in the Central? I've seen some chatter in our Central Ohio group, but
I'll blast something out. I'll put a little hype post up. Come to Springfield and destroy me at Star Wars Destiny. I'll go see. Sincerely.
In the happening location that there's so much other things to do there.
In Springfield, there totally are. I don't know what they are, but they're totally things you could do.
You can go walk around Bull King. That's what I did yesterday.
Just not at the mall that the game is at. There's not a whole lot to do there at all. And then Derek Bertram says, hydrate, 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 which...
That's actually very true, too.
That's one that I get bad about sometimes. I got better about it after I started to learn my lesson. That first long tournament that I had played in where I won more games than I thought I might, it was just like, man, I'm thirsty. I'm hungry. I need snacks. And Star Wars, fortunately, is not so bad as something like Magic where you're going to be playing nonstop for 12 hours or something. It might happen that way, but most primes are going to finish splits up much faster than so the endurance isn't quite as bad, but definitely bring water, bring snacks. Don't torture yourself trying to play. What about you guys?
I'll be a runner for you there, Mike.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember this, Kim, or you might not have even been there, but I ate this pretzel hot dog at the Ohio Regional last year. I didn't eat food. I ate my sandwich already. And so I went to this pretzel place, and all they served was pretzel food. And so I trusted this pretzel hot dog.
That was your first mistake.
It was my last mistake almost. It was a hot dog pretzel. And at first it felt all right, but then like an hour after that, I'm like, what did I eat? This is horrible. So be smart. Just get pretzels at the pretzel
place. Only get Mark
Pie's
chicken there, Mike. That's it. That's all you go get.
All right, but the pretzels are usually really good. I just happened to eat a hot dog, which was not a wise... What do you guys think? If you were giving somebody advice going to a Prime this weekend, like somebody maybe who's in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, what advice would you guys have? For me or anybody?
I didn't look at the thing to see who was there. Jason, I think he means you. Or we're giving you advice. I'm not sure
going to a Prime this weekend.
On my screen, I'm in the lower right. Although Jason,
on my screen, I am.
Ohio's calling for you, buddy.
I think you go in there and don't let yourself get up. You're not gonna. Chances are, you're gonna lose a game, and that's okay. There's not that many people that go, oh, I'm 0-1, 8-0, or however many rounds it is. So don't think, oh, I lost. That's it. I'm terrible. I'm a horrible player. Don't let yourself go on tilt for something like that. You're there to have a good time, and just learn from it. Just learn from it. It's doesn't mean you have to go back and analyze every single thing that you did on that play and just go, oh yeah, that would have been. I learn something every single time I play.
I think it comes into the fact of everyone gets a little bit too hyped and a little bit too nervous before any type of organized play event, right? They're like, hey, I want to bring my best and do my best. So guess what they do? They go and try to net deck the first thing that just won the most recent organized play event. And they're like, okay, I got to master this deck and let's go from there. No, slow your roll, Tiger. I love you. Don't get me wrong. Go ham, but everyone has their own playstyle. Everyone likes a certain type of deck idea, right? So play something that you're comfortable with. Play something that you really enjoy and something you can play round after round. If you end up playing something you have no idea really know how to pilot, then you're going to do far less than someone that came with a crazy fun deck idea, right? Yeah. That has 3 tech cards that can bomb you, and then I don't know. That's me though.
It's good advice.
No, that's great.
Jason,
Great. Maybe terrible among.
I don't know. There's a lot of. I mean, I approach primes a little bit differently, I guess, because I think about it from. I mean, I think about it from the standpoint of what kind of content can we pull out of it, but also think about it from what am I trying to get out of it when I go, and actually, have I even been to a regional or a prime? No, because the last regionals in Florida were not here. Orlando has never got a regional, which is weird considering that we have such a large player base. So the primes are, I guess.
I remember that. Didn't you go down to? No, you drove to. I feel like you drove to one. Maybe I don't know.
You know what? We streamed the regional in New York.
That's true.
I didn't play, but I streamed. Not New York, sorry, New Jersey. We streamed that regional last year, but we did not play.
Nice.
Anyways, no, I mean, I think
there's room for us in this world too, Jason. Like those who can't do teach, right? So those who can't play stream.
And stream, but don't do commentary. I'm an awful commentator.
I'm not the play-by-play. I'm the color commentary.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you always talk about make sure you're prepped. If you don't do a lot of large tournament playing, make sure you know what those rules are, and so in case someone calls you out on them, right? So like different colored sleeves for your characters. Make sure your sleeves are opaque and not transparent, because those are things that some people will make note of, and when you get to that prime level, they may enforce those. So you want to make sure you have the appropriate accoutrement. So no one, because I mean, even when I'm trying to think, there's always a tournament I go to that's larger event, and someone is buying a pack of sleeves because they either don't have the right ones or whatever. And those pink dragon shields are transparent, by the way. Just
they're a little see-through. I have them too.
Really? That's unfortunate. No.
That is unfortunate. They're not as opaque as they.
See the logo through them. I've never had any issues with them, but I've just played locally.
Yeah. Anyways.
No, like I actually saw like a whole lot of people wear using bright colored sleeves at Worlds, and like it was never like a big deal or nothing. So I don't know, but all of them made it to top two, second day. But we won't talk about that. No, I'm kidding.
It was. It's always one of those things, right? Like, because the intent is to stop you from stacking your deck somehow. And
yeah,
I'm not that smart.
I don't know. It would be really hard with just sort of see-through sleeves to stack a deck. I'm not saying you couldn't.
That's true.
I don't know.
Cool. In the interest of time, I'm going to play a fun little graphic, and then we're going to talk nothing but Monk because he's cool.
But you know what I always say: speak softly and drive a big tank.
So we're here with Monk from Monk's Gaming Battlefield, the man, the myth, the legend. We're trying to figure out how he got so well loved, and it's just because he's lovable.
Can I just say he's like one of the biggest supporters of the game and other content creators, though? Like, that's what makes him so dang cool. That and a lot of other things. We have to shower you with a little love, Monk. I'm sorry. But he is, man.
He's got the longest running record of subs to this channel.
Like, I'm like, Monk doesn't miss a beat, man. He is there to support you no matter how engaged you are as a content creator. If you're new, if you've been around for a while, like, Monk has your back.
While we're singing his praises, let me tell you about this guy.
He's like, go ahead and bring it on.
More so than anyone else out there, I think. And I'm sorry if I insult anyone. I feel like Monk and the stuff that he produces is the most is on a I don't know how to say this, but like he's a competitive player and he wants to be good, but you never watch him feeling like this is a super competitive thing. Like, he's the most competitive most competitive.
He does it in
thing
a very
with a casual
open,
vibe.
inviting way.
Everyone's
He's competitive in an open and inviting way. So you don't come up like, man, if I played Monk, he's going to kick my patootie and I'm going to feel terrible. I'm going to be so embarrassed. And I don't think I'd ever feel that way. Like, I'm going to lose if I play against you. That's almost a guarantee. But I don't think I feel bad about it.
And you make great decks, apparently, according to Platform 327.
No, I don't. Like, out of all the tier of late night games, like, I'm like the lowest tier of making deck stuff. Like I take their ideas and like Jimmy wrote a couple other cards. But no, it just no, your words are kind of humbling actually. So no, I like it. It gives the feels, right? So it's just really appreciated, and I appreciate everything that every single person that attempts to do content creation, or you guys that are let me get back to you. Come on, Jason.
No, sorry, I was reacting to Cecil's comment in the chat.
Okay. But no, I was saying like I've been watching you guys ever since you guys started, and I love you guys' content, and I love every single person that continues to contribute to the community, right? Anything that's trying to improve the game state in some shape or form. And I don't know, I think the more we do that as a whole in regards to content creators uniting, or FFG uniting with content creators, all that kind of stuff, the better we are as a whole, as a team, as a game. But that's me, though. That's my mindset.
Hey.
I agree.
He's a motivational kind of guy, man. I do have a question for Monk.
Oh, God.
When the crap do you sleep, man?
No.
I'm convinced that you don't.
We have a 5-year-old too. You know what I mean? She wants to come in our room like at 2 o'clock in the morning. From her room after I put her in there, and then she does this whole tossing, turning thing. So no, we don't get.
Sleeps like a tornado. Yeah.
Yeah, she's everywhere. Kicks us in the face like every single night. It's like a ritual of hers, that type of thing. But no, it's just me and the wife have a huge avid routine that we're used to. And I don't know, we just kind of live with it and go with it. So
no, you guys are pretty awesome. Very inspiring. Like they're always out there getting it. Like I love it.
Speaking of Star Wars Destiny, we're not currently, but I'm changing the subject.
Hey, I'm always going to compliment both these fellows and you. All have wonderful wives, so got to give a shout out where you need to.
I know. Anytime you, me, and her are together, I lose all the time.
I do side with Sarah a lot.
We have so much in common, Jason.
So how was Worlds? We're going to start with there. We talk about Worlds. I know Mike went to Worlds. He gave us his his viewpoint on the event last week. But from Monk, being who Monk is and a very well recognized figure in the Destiny community, I'm just curious how your weekend was.
Just wow. Like that whole Worlds experience, I could not have imagined it even grander than it was. I guess I hate to say it like that. I know you didn't go. I really wanted you guys to be there. But just the fact that we have everyone came together. And I think that's what was a really culminating piece of it, right? Is all the content creators literally got together and made sure that the community as a whole, anyone that couldn't make it to Worlds, was doing something to better the community from. There was ABG guys that were, cheering on other content creator stuff all throughout the time. Same thing with Hyperloop, same thing with Destiny Council, same thing with Dice of Failure, all this kind of stuff. And it was just very inspiring to see everything go down the way it did. Meeting everyone from TTS as well as Discord, it was, again, another humble experience. All the nice words that were given to every single content creator, as well as FFG for the crazy prize wall that they put out. Like, I can't stop saying how amazing that experience was, and can't promote enough on, even if it's invite only. I'm pretty sure that whole, just like we were saying before, that they're going to do the last chance qualifier thing and then still making a side event driven, event. So, and also that's going to make them so much money, right, Mike?
Yeah.
So it's just
100%.
But
yeah,
we were just talking about it right before we started, is like the pods were just never ending and they were so much fun, and you get to meet so many new people. And
cool.
it's just really, really nice. And then I noticed like a whole lot of people from like TTS and Discord were a lot younger than I thought they were.
That happens a lot, I've learned.
I think we're the old group, aren't we?
Yeah, right. So it's just like I was like, oh man, like all these cool people, and there's what is it? Maybe like 10 or 12 kids, like actual kids there.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's cool.
And a lot of them made it to day 2, so it's just it's just a great experience.
Talk about humbling.
Yeah, I feel like just from seeing, I mean, because Jason and I were at Worlds last year, and it really does seem like a very different experience than and Worlds last year was great, but just they really did a better job on the prizes, having more space for the pods, having them more centrally located because they were in 2 different, some were at FFG's headquarters and some were at the hotel last year. So yeah, it was nice to see them really put on a great event, because I think sometimes we often feel like we're the forgotten child of FFG sometimes, and so I felt like that was a bit redeeming from that. Like, hey, we do still love you. Check this out. Like, it looked like it was a great event from everything that I saw.
And I think Monk might probably agree with me if I said, it was nice to know that 400 or 500 of us could get together in a space. Everyone could have a blast, whether they were winning, losing, whatever. And you'd leave feeling great about playing an outrageous amount of Destiny for just days. Mm-hmm. There are not a lot of games that's true, where you'd go and just like, you want to keep playing after like 3 and 4 days. But the community was great. The prizes were awesome. The setup was snappy. The space was wonderful. And like, if I could go back right now and play more, I would do it.
Completely 100% agreed. Let's go.
Let's do it. Trying our pod right now.
Yeah. We got 4. We got 4. We need 4 more.
All right.
But no, everything that they did. And again, the ingenious idea of the prize bags that they had. Again, so many content creators have already hit on this too many times. But it was ingenious. It was fantastic and made it a lot more trading style. Just like, I just watched you guys' podcast, I think either yesterday or this morning. And it was just like Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Magic cards now. So now we're actually like, hey, we can trade, we can do something with it. So now we have some type of trade basis off of the versus that we didn't have before.
I chased that foil Ahsoka for days. Finally got it right at the very end, So it's like, it's just one of those things. It was a new thing for Destiny, and you're 100% right. It gave us something to have a reason to trade for.
That's cool.
The one thing though, the one thing I just could not get over was, I love you FFG, but your map prices were way too much. Like it was 20 tickets. It was 20 tickets for you to get a play mat. So you can get 4. Again, you guys already put this up, but it's just 4 tickets for the shields, which is a pack of 3 of all the same shield, or 5 tickets for a blind bag of 2 monochromes and then a 4. So what you're saying is, I can get 15 cards for the price.
I did.
For the price of a playmat.
It felt so bad, but my buddy had the Bitter Rivalry mat, and another friend of mine bought the Poe mat, and I was like, I can't leave without one. But 20 tickets. Oh, it was awful. I did it though. I bit the bullet.
Amanda from Irabel made that nice option for me. So I held on to my tickets all the very end. Mm-hmm. And I literally had 20 tickets left.
Oh, wow.
So I was just like sitting here like,
yep.
Should I buy this mat? I'm good. And then Amanda comes just walking up. Well, I need 8 tickets. Do you happen to have 8 tickets? And I'm like, yes, I have 8 tickets. That I can happily do that. And then we did our own side deal. And then so she can get her Ahsoka mat. She needed it to get her Ahsoka mat. And so I'm like, okay, that made my decision for me. So I went like all foil and monochromes, and then bought some shield tokens on the end. So
nice. That's cool. Yeah, that prize wall. Once I saw the prize wall, that's when I was like, okay,
there were lots of messages from Jason going, I wish I was a world.
What's so cool about it is like, so let's say they do an LCQ and they take seats to fill out the tournament.
Last chance qualifier for anybody who's not following along with the acronyms.
I had no idea.
Yes. And let's say they have, I don't know what they'll run. They might run like a 128 or a 64 or something with whatever's not filled out, or even like a I don't know. They might go one step higher than that even. But assuming they just fill out the extra seats, my guess is everyone can buy into the CQ. And if you make it or don't, it's sort of irrelevant because you're going to be able to key into side events at the same time. You'll get the rest again. And if that's how it works, I'm 100% there because it doesn't matter if I don't do well at the LCQ. I'm going to play pods all weekend, which is basically what I just did and had a great time. So it's like 100% I would love the LCQ to be big and Worlds to be big like it was, but the main event wasn't the draw for a lot of people. And that was a beautiful formula when you bring the community together in that way to give everybody due. It was great.
We'll hope that FFG is listening, to this episode.
I mean, Jeremy says he listens to all our shows, so we're going to quiz him next time he's on the show.
And Muck's on today, so they're really going to listen.
No.
So after Worlds, right? So where do we think organized play is sitting with FFG? Because I know that's always been, before the era of Matt Holland, organized play has been kind of hit or miss in terms of.
I feel like there should be a BMH and AMH before Matt Holland, after Matt Holland, because things are drastically different, even from a content creator standpoint. Like, he's made things a lot easier. And
we don't know if it's him, but we know that because he's got a boss, right? You can give him credit because he's definitely the most visible individual when it comes to the way he's giving out information and, like you said, the way he's interacting with content creators. Because even this year with the stream and everything, or the multiple stream setups that they were helping facilitate. And he mentioned actual content creators' names when he was commentating multiple times, which was something we've never seen them do before. So it's almost like they're acknowledging what
we exist. Doing. They do exist. It's like Santa Claus and the M&M.
But anyway, so Worlds excluded. Like, where do we think we're sitting at with organized play? Like, we've got the primes, we've got these new premium tournament kits, which we haven't seen in the wild too much. And then you have the seasonal kits, which kind of are hit or miss right now in terms of just what's being sent out there. And this is a good question for you too, Mike, since you kind of champion your local scene. How do we feel in the future of organized play for FFG?
Yeah. So my store has their premium kit, and I don't know how widespread that is, but I know that we're running it, I think, third weekend in November. And so that'll be cool. I firmly believe when primes wrap, store championships will be quickly after that. I think they're going to return. I don't know how popular that opinion is, or if that's a prediction or not that you're going to call me out on when it doesn't happen.
Write it down, Jason.
But I think you're going to see that cycle through, and then we'll see where they end up putting work. I really do. I think that's the next step. And I think it's going to be awesome as long as Covert Missions isn't too late, because you don't want the entire prime season to be Spark of Hope. And
that
would be awful.
Get a little
and then I
guess
a
little heavy after a while.
And then I guess you start asking the question: is if Covert Missions is late because of production issues, is the next set going to follow
be early?
Is there going to be a short space between the two? Because the next set
I feel like we already had that this year, right? I feel like
and that was fun.
Soon.
Yeah.
Because after Covert Missions is set 10, which is another base set, which is a no rotation. Which I'm sure rotation is going to be a future show topic.
Can we just put Matt Holland in charge of production too? I mean, he cleaned up organized play. Matt Holland for president. I'm just.
I know, right? Right to the step. But no, it's just no. I think Matt Holland and the new OP team is just it's an upward tick, right? The fact that they came out from behind the curtain and made themselves known and available, and at least trying to attempt to recover a damaged state. And so far, it's just been he's been mending all the burned bridges that was out before. So just big kudos to Matt Holland. I finally got to meet that guy personally at Worlds, and I appreciate everything he's done. So
he's no monk, though. I'm just saying.
Wow.
Yeah. So
he has way better ties.
So famous.
How did I get? I don't know. I do things and stuff sometimes.
That's right. So good positive vibes for RP in the future. I think it's absolutely true, and if they can ride this wave, because there's this. I mean, Destiny's at this point right now. We're entering year 4, which is great considering. We've not heard much beyond Set 10, but we know they're really excited about it for whatever reason. And they've progressively started. They introduce a change or a new mechanic into each set as we've gone through, whether big or small, which we can talk about in a second. But if they can ride this wave with and even start looking at supporting things like the Alliances format and doing more and seeing if anything's going to replace the GQs too, right? Because that was a big hit.
Oh yeah,
I think the excitement about Worlds maybe overshadowed this a little bit, but let's not forget what the support they're throwing behind Keyforge, and how we're jealous of it a little bit. But I don't know. It could be interesting to see. I mean, hopefully they realize
that baby sibling that everybody loves, and you just.
And I know it's an IP issue, right? That's another thing. Everybody keeps. It's easier for them to deal with Keyforge than it is for Star Wars.
Yep.
I totally get it. I totally get it.
I'm gonna controversial opinion and say Star
I love
Wars
your controversial opinions.
Is the best right now. It has been since it came. And if this was the game 2 years ago, the community would be twice the size it is, at least. It just took so long to get to a point where we had communication and we had, a wide card pool, and we had the content creators we do, and we had the worlds that we did, and we have the primes even that we do with their sort of being all over the place. It's just in a really good spot, and it will be terribly unfortunate if, a Covert Missions delay kind of hurts that momentum. Because I've had people locally asking me about, hey, what about this? Or I've had new players, and it's like, I really want them to feel the hype that I feel, but it's like that one thing, and it's always that one thing. And so I just, man, it's like, it feels really good right now. I'm not going to look at Keyforge and covet it because I don't even really necessarily want money in the game. I want the support we have now with a consistent release. And I think the game builds itself being as fun as it is. I really do.
I completely with you there, Mike. It's just, if literally it just is settled by a published schedule, just like Magic or any other CCG that is currently out. Just, we know exactly when it comes out, and we'll be good.
Yep.
And that literally would cure everything. Okay, like it literally just give us a date, and then we, as long as we have a date, the nice little, hey, it's expected by this date. I understand if something gets delayed, that's cool, but at least we have something to look forward to on this date. If it comes out that date, fantastic. If it doesn't, oh well, but at least we know something to look forward to.
Yeah, rather than it's going to be in the store next Friday.
I anticipate that. I think it's going to be like the big.
It's like, your product's too expensive. I need to know ahead of time.
Like, are you kidding me?
Can't buy 4 boxes without knowing.
Yeah, I got to get your Anakin Skywalkers early.
Yeah.
Mike's gonna buy them all up.
Right. So aside from Anakin Skywalker, as we look forward to Covert Missions, which hopefully we're closer than we think, but we still are probably at least 2 months away. What are we looking forward to the most? There's 27, as far as SW Destiny DB agrees, there are 27 cards revealed to this point. 27 of 160, which is probably more. It's more than we've got at the stage in a release cycle, but also the set should have been out by now, so it's actually, never mind.
Less than we should have. Right?
Less than we should have. So, and as a reminder, of course, the set's got some new mechanics in terms of questing plots with the Death Stars, and also the Jedi training one, which I forgot what the name
so
of
long,
it is.
I kind of forget.
Yeah, I know.
Jedi training.
Yeah, the one.
He's talking about the one where you can move if you have you can reactivate the apprentice character if you have the right stuff. The three,
3 shields, 3 upgrades, 3 3/3s. Yeah. And then we've got all the Wookiees stuff coming, and all the stuff that was previewed during the. You excited about Wookiees?
Oh my god!
Wookiees will be fun.
Okay,
Should I bring Chewbacca out to talk about how excited he is about Wookiee?
Wait. We only have Monk here for a little bit longer. Let's.
No, I'm sorry.
Get his opinion.
I'm so sorry. No, like Fortitude is our new second chance, everybody. If you guys don't know what Fortitude is, it's the upgrade that costs only 2.
Nice.
Attached character gets +3 health, or +4 if it's on a Wookiee.
I like that card a lot.
Hey, let's go give droids 3 more health. Sounds fun. Sounds fun, everybody.
You're right, and it's not color specific.
It's not, and it's not like we have at least it's unique, I guess, right? But oh god, don't get me wrong. I think it's gonna I can see a lot of mad stuff that can be done, but I can see some bad stuff being done.
Yeah, it'll be out for a short while and then it'll hit the list.
The one thing it has going against it that Second Chance didn't is Second Chance. Sometimes you were forced into these weird overkills where you were losing extra damage you wouldn't lose heat. And I guess Second Chance was even more annoying when it would be recurred 10,000. And the way to do that is gone. This is definitely still good.
Yeah.
It's like a league of its own. I don't know that it'll be like that, but I see where you're going, and I see where you'd have issues.
Yeah, that's just my biggest worry. But everything else, I'm so excited to build a full, Wookiee deck. That'd be freaking amazing.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, I absolutely love theme decks. So me and my pals will be doing it. A whole lot of good stuff. But the biggest stuff that I just can't wait for is again Palpatine, right? So Death Field and Sheehan Mastery.
Death Field's obnoxious.
Death Field is gonna be nuts.
Yeah.
The 5 cost ability. That's 2 indirect, 3 indirect, 3 indirect, 4 indirect for $1. 2 discard in a special. Action exhaust is upgrade to roll this die into a pool. So you get to reroll it 3 times with Palpatine.
I was playing in a pod when that got spoiled, and someone says Darth Bane got a card, and the guy next to me, whose name I forget, goes, Palpatine got a card. Look at this thing, and it's like, yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, special by the way. Deal 2 damage to each of the opponent's characters.
Yeah, so if you happen to get that off against the droid deck 3 times, you do 18 damage, but that's fine.
He says that's fine.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
It's good. It's fine. It's still standing.
All well and good.
Good God.
And
could you imagine 18 direct side? Because that's what that is.
So
take a lot of luck.
Is anyone excited about destroying Death Stars? We think that mechanic is that win condition is going to be a time.
It's going to be a tournament deck that we're going to just go a theme tournament with.
Right.
I'd rather destroy it than build it because I have no idea how anybody's going to build that thing. But destroying it, at least you could look at the other side of the field and say, well, I'm just going to shoot you instead. And you know what I mean? You could sort of, not that I would recommend it, but you have options. With Build the Death Star, your deck is so strictly, I'm removing my own resource sides that I don't know how it would ever work. But
well, this is kind of an interesting question. And Monk, do you do much proxying sets before the whole set's released?
I don't.
Okay.
No, I actually have a huge thing that I don't. And I actually try to stay away from it as much as possible on TTS as well. I like to be surprised, and I like to feel it. You know what I mean? I hate to say it. You crack the pack, you're like, but you know what I mean? I don't know. That's kind of my thing. I like to build. I like to build with the physical thing versus fake stuffs.
See, there's at least 2 of us.
I'm right there with you guys.
I am just amused at people who go out and I want to play Tessa's card right now. I was like, but you don't have the 7 supporting cards yet that are going to go with it.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to play my Anakin if I don't have my Fear and Dead Children? I mean, I'm sure it'll exist. That's
if they print that card, good lord.
They already have. It's what's that shield card? Destiny fulfilled. I can play some Padawans and just Destiny fulfilled. You guys, well done. 3 shields.
But no, the biggest, the thing is like let's just say like Darth Vader, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like Darth Vader, but you don't have his time. You know what I mean? So why are you even gonna try to? Anyway, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like you don't know what his full aspect is for it.
Yep,
totally. That's fun. That's funny. Mike, I think you stumbled onto a new plot, and it's
have I?
Dun,
yes,
dun,
yeah,
dun.
So if
Fear of Dead Children,
you build a hero deck with Anakin.
I'm ready.
And then with Anakin, like 3 Padawans, right? And then through the course of the game, you have to sacrifice those Padawans to then like ditch your hero deck and grab your villain deck instead.
That's right. So it's a -1, so you can play the 3 Padawans, right? Yeah. And it says add 2 copies of Fear and Deadman to your deck. When you resolve it, you must resolve it against your own Padawans as well. It's like, there you go. You're done. Tell everybody. That's fine. Everyone's coming down with me. It'd be awful. You could never play it.
How did he do that so fast? Has he thought about it already?
No, I would actually make that not so self-damaging if I made it myself. Instantly lose.
But thematically, it's fantastic.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Just so you know, everybody, the script for this part of the show is blank, so I have absolutely no idea where he goes with it.
This is what
it's coming, guys. It's coming.
So let me say then, Monk, what is the thing in Covert Missions you are looking forward to the most?
Darth Field and GM Mastery. It's just gonna go right to Palpatine craziness. Yeah, like Palpatine's already a force to be reckoned with already. I'm a fanboy for Sabine. Always have been too. So, her card's not really that great, but again, she could interact a lot better with her TIE fighter. That got a little bit spoiled earlier, but you didn't see all the die sides on it yet. But yeah, so it just could be a lot more reactive with that, and Ghost when it comes out as well. So
nice.
That'd be cool.
I'm so excited for Ghost to be back in the game. That's the biggest thing.
Monk, you're Star Wars fan at heart?
Oh yeah, I love it.
But which kind of are you original
which kind
trilogy?
Of fan
are you a clone? Like what's I'm not asking what kind of fan he is, but I just mean is there like are you more drawn to the trilogy or the Clone Wars?
Oh, I got
kind
you.
of a
Are we about
stuff we're dealing with right now, whatever you want to call it.
No, it's like I love the majority of all aspects of Destiny. On my cruise this last year, I started reading the Dark Jaffa comics. I watched all the Rebels. I watched all Clone Wars. I haven't watched the new series. I haven't watched the new animated series yet. Yeah, I haven't watched the new animated yet, so that's my bad.
I'm just waiting on Disney Plus, and then I'll just watch it all on there.
Yep, but I did subscribe to Disney Plus, so I'm gonna rewatch everything. So
final season of Clone Wars or Rebels? Clone Wars. Sorry,
Clone Wars. Yeah. The Mandalorian.
I was just curious. I know that's not somewhat, but I figured.
The Mandalorian.
Yeah, I'm real excited about that.
The Mandalorian.
Man, the trailer.
Every time I see IG-88 in these trailers, I'm just like, how cool is that? It just is like such a cool look.
You might catch on the fact they said episode 1 was going to be available at launch. They're not dropping the whole series at launch.
Yeah, they're doing a weekly release, a TV.
I was so going to take the day off of work and binge.
I got an idea though. You could just take the day off of work, Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Monday, and come to Springfield, Ohio for a Prime that might earn you $20.
Yeah. And we'll treat you to Mark Price because that's about the only place to eat in the mall.
I will not.
Yeah.
That sounds like a steal.
Now that the Chansky headquarters, I think, has relocated to Ohio, I guess I need to come up there for a...
That's right. There won't be...
Majority shocked by the weather. The sun doesn't shine quite as brightly, but,
I mean, I can wear my one sweatshirt?
You can wear your one sweatshirt and some jeans.
It's a solo. I have a good feeling about this sweatshirt.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyways, we got way off topic. Anything else you guys want to ask Monk before you let him go?
What else we want to know about Monk? Monk, what else kind of fun stuff do you do when you're not playing Destiny? Tell all the kiddies about that.
Oh, God. if you're a friend of me on Facebook, like
You know.
you know.
I love watching Monk's page.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Like for some reason, I was always want to be motivating and all that stuff too. So work out with the wife, do a whole lot of family stuffs and things when I'm not doing any Destiny antics. And no, I'm just trying to enjoy life as much as possible.
Now, does your wife game at all?
Craziness. I've been trying to get her to play more games.
I was curious.
But no, she doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't really play as much. Yeah.
And how long did you do because you're still doing the military stuff, right? Your wife was just deployed not too long ago, and
yeah, we're both still in. No, yeah, we're just doing the army thing and doing all that kind of stuff. So
cool. Well, thank you guys both for that.
Oh yeah, no worries at all. And I just appreciate the time and inviting me to come on the show.
It was really fun.
We love having you. And
it was nice to have your face on here instead of just you heckling in the chat every now and again.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's funny. I was like 5 feet away from you physically, probably multiple times a couple weeks ago.
And not talk like you once.
I know. It's my bad.
No. It's not my bad too, though. So
yeah. So it's nice to talk to you, though.
We do have the greatest comment in the chat about you, Monk. Monk can't do push-ups. He does earth downs.
Aw, dude, I'm not Norris.
Somebody's got to keep the earth in check, right?
Well, I think if people don't know where to find you, Monk, which is crazy, and they're living under a rock, where do they find all more Monk gaming Battlefield goodness?
So my stuff is usually right after the chance queue because I always like to watch their stream before I even do my stuffs. But yeah, on YouTube's and the Twitches and stuff like that, Moist Gaming Battlefield, if you want to go check it out. Or Late Night Gaming, a huge plug for them on Friday nights. I'm usually on there like every other week. My Late Night Gaming crew were like my heart and soul during World season because they're the ones supporting me and all that stuff too on how well I did during World. So big shout out to Late Night Gaming as well.
Cool. They seem like a good group of guys.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Before we wrap up, let's talk about the answer to last week's question.
There can be no mistakes this time.
Woohoo! You guys gave us a bunch of answers to the question last week, and that makes me happy. While I was off doing a work thing, they were asking you guys, what is your favorite Covert Mission spoiler thus far? Which we kind of hit on a little bit. Spoiler! Bill Jolly is ready to build a Wookiee deck with you, Monk, so that's happening. I would build a Wookiee deck.
Wookiees.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Our good buddy Tim, did you get to meet Tim Sutterth, Monk? Did you meet him at Worlds?
Tim, which one?
Tim Sutterth. He's a great guy. I got to meet Tim at Worlds.
I met Tim. Yeah, I met Tim.
He is a cool guy. Elite non-uniques are a new game aspect I never saw coming. I can't wait to make use of them.
Cecil likes the big 5 cost ability Death Field for Palpatine, and getting to roll that out 3 times a turn seems well worth the 5 resources.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah, for real.
I'm done with Cecil. That's me.
So good.
He's heckled you a lot tonight too, man. Cecil, you and I are in the doghouse.
Jim Goss says Elite non-uniques again.
I like Sean Arthur's answer. Laugh it up, Buzzball. Wookiees are incoming.
Pete, Darth Bane or the Wookiees are his favorite.
Darth Bane's pretty cool.
Yeah, and Bravin also says Darth Bane, so lots of love for Bane and Wookiees, apparently.
How cool the name is, Bravin. That's awesome.
I'm going to comment that somebody, in response to this question, posted a GIF of Anakin Skywalker.
Oh.
And that at least a couple other people liked it, so we know that's the real.
I'm like, I feel like I need to pull up the page and see if that person was Mike Hill. She says in air quotes.
I'm gonna have to make a second.
Look at the time. I look at the time.
I'm gonna post anonymously. I'll be like Mike Hill, and everyone's gonna be like, "Who's this?" And it's like, well, I don't know. He likes Anakin a lot.
Oh man, that's so
we
funny.
collect my kills, so if there's more of you out there, please stop by.
Got good taste.
Everybody who's watching, thank you. Please follow, subscribe via Amazon Prime. It is free. Thank you, Monk, for being our long-term subscriber and renewing his subscription today because he's the best.
He's awesome.
If you're watching via YouTube, please like, subscribe, hit notification icon. My brain is full of video ideas and I just never have time to do them, but maybe. Podcast, review, love you guys. Thank you. Thanks to Matthew Scott for keeping our Facebook page alive. Thank you to our Patreons. Check out patreon.com/thechancecube. If you throw $1 our way, you get to be part of the Chance Cube Hangout, which now, thanks to all the wonderful writers that we have, including Cecil, I'm redeeming myself for making me mad at him. We're keeping that alive every day with some great Destiny discussion, both competitive and casual. So please check that out. And check out iOS, the App Store, for the Chance Cube Surprise Watch. If you're interested in throwing support and want something in return immediately, we've got our app out there where you can check on the latest prices from some of your favorite game stores and more as they ask to be joined to the Price Watch, and I make it happen with the plethora of time that I have.
Man, I'm glad you do that part. I would forget half of that.
I think you forget.
But the part that I have in the script that's all listed out for me, yeah, that part.
He does. But he does it all in one breath, and it's quite. I'll throw one plug out. If you guys, if you play other games, make sure you head over to Tabletop Rebellion and visit our sibling page. That is Board Gamey Goodness.
It's our sister site.
Because the sister runs it.
That's right. Well, we're never going to say that again.
Mike's raising his hand. I don't know if it's a protest or if he has point of order or what's happening.
I don't know either. I felt like doing something and I hadn't yet. You can watch us on stream tomorrow. We'll be playing.
Yeah,
that's right.
Thank you. I mentioned it at the beginning of the show, but totally keep a lookout because fingers crossed that Kim doesn't have a technology challenge because we know those happen. But it worked pretty good when we tested it, minus the camera flip. And
if that happens, it's just really funny to watch.
It's just really entertaining to watch me literally flail. Yeah, we're real excited to come. We're going to start doing that a lot more often. Wednesdays, Thursdays, here and there, as Mike has the group together and everyone's available, and weather permitting, I guess, as we get closer in the winter months. But
yeah, no kidding.
And last but not least, special thanks to Monk for joining us.
Monk!
Check out Monk's Gaming Battlefield for
buddy.
all the Monk goodness. Head over to our Facebook page. Pinned at the top is the question for next week. Is there an accessory category, dex box, tokens, dice storage, etc., that you feel like has not yet found its perfect product for Star Wars Destiny? Let us know, and we'll read out some of your answers next week.
All of the above. Maybe not tokens. Tokens are good.
Probably pointing in the wrong direction. I don't even know where Monk is.
Monk's below you.
He's beneath you.
Oh, not like that.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
This has been The Chance Cube, a Star Wars Destiny podcast, a non-profit organization dedicated to building community through gaming. Visit our website for all things Star Wars Destiny, including our price watch, meta tracker, and latest articles from the Chance Cube family. Find our latest videos on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and visit us at patreon.com/thechancecube. Your patronage allows us to grow this program and help us give back to the gaming community by sponsoring events, giveaways, and supporting our own community building initiatives. This is Mike Hill, the voice of the Chance Cube. Thanks for listening. The Chance Cube is not affiliated with Fantasy Flight Games, Lucasfilms, or the Walt Disney Company.